panning for our beautiful people.
Okay, so I would like to talk about a topic that most of us don't realize affect us so much on our day-to-day lives. When we hear the word discrimination, most people think of the Holocaust and slavery and big groups that were affected so greatly. We don't think about, going to work and being discriminated against, or going to the store and being discriminated against. Even when you get pulled over on the side of the road because you were speeding, even then people get discriminated. Something as simple as being a girl or a man or black or white affects all of us, and most of the time we don't even realize it. Discrimination is a very big thing in our society. It is 2015. We have come a long way from the past and certain things that did affect everybody, but even today we still have many of these issues. And it's so easy to spread this discrimination because something as simple as a statement like men are better than women, it just sinks in and eventually just becomes a fact. Maya Angelou, actually an American poet, author, and civil rights activist, once said, "The plague of racism is insidious, entering our minds as smoothly and quietly and invisibly as floating airborne microbes enter into our bodies to find lifelong purchase in our bloodstreams." This statement alone just goes to show how easy it is. Like I said, a simple statement you say to your child saying, blacks aren't that good at doing this job. It might not seem like a lot, but that one statement can cause a lifelong discrimination against that kind of person. Again, a father telling his son that he's better than a girl at doing sports. It might not seem like a big deal, but it's discrimination, and again, we all face it every day. Gender is a very big part of discrimination, especially places like the workplace. Actually, in an article, Top 10 Facts About Wage by Sarah Glynn and Audrey Powers from the Center for American Progress, in 2010, women who worked full-time year-round still only earned 77% of what men earned. This is based solely on their gender. It has nothing to do with their education, has nothing to do with what school they went to, how well they do the job. They can do it just as well as any man, and they still are getting paid less. Another fact, they found that college-educated women earn 5% less the first year out of school than their male peers. 10 years later, even if they keep working on par with these men, the women earn 12% less. Again, any man or woman can do a job exactly the same way, but your boss may only pay you so much because, again, you're a woman. Because your male peer can do it the exact same way, but because he's a man, and growing up, people are told that men are better than women, it makes every aspect of what they do just seem better, whether it's work or sports, working out, going to the gym, whatever it may be. Women are discriminated against just solely on the fact that they are women. And again, it's a very big thing in the workplace, and unfortunately it's very popular in today's society. And, as much as women are discriminated against, unfortunately they are also not the only ones who are discriminated against, even in the workplace. Race is a very big card in discrimination, as everybody knows. It always has been, and like I said, as we have come a very long way, it is still a problem in today's society. In an article, "The Institutional Racism is Our Way of Life" by Jeff Nesbitt of the U.S. News, a black man the jobless rate for blacks has been double that of whites for decades. A study even found that people with black-sounding names had to send out 50% more job applications than people with white-sounding names just to get a call back. Unfortunately, as much it has gotten better, race is a very big card with discrimination, whether it be work or a social aspect, going out, to the store or to a bar. some people will see, you know, a black man, black woman, and immediately they have this idea of them, whether it be, you know, you and your friends, the police, the bartender, whoever. Race is a very big part of that. Another fact, a black man is 3 times more likely to be searched at a traffic stop and 6 times more likely to go to jail than a white person. Black males make up nearly 40% of arrests for violent crimes. And again, unfortunately, a white male and a black male could commit the exact same crime, but when they go to court, that jury, some of them might, you know, be discriminatory towards a black male, and that black male might go to jail while the white walks away free. Unfortunately, again, it is a very big problem. Doesn't happen every time, doesn't happen all the time, but it happens enough that it's still a very big issue. And unfortunately, not only does it happen to adults, but it also affects children as well. Another fact, once you get to kindergarten through 12 for school, black children are 3 times more likely to be suspended than white children are. And again, this is where discrimination becomes a very big issue, because it starts as young as children in kindergarten. It's not just adults, and children are the most affected by the things that we do and the things that we say. And unfortunately, that's where it all starts, from the kids, and they grow up believing something, and that's where our problems come as adults, like the workplace. Unfortunately, race also is not the only thing that children can be discriminated for. Another issue with children is actual sexual orientation is another big issue when it comes to discrimination. I know, again, we've come a long way, especially with gay marriage being legalized more recently. Plenty of people are still discriminated against for it. Let's see. LGBT youth experience homelessness at a disproportionate rate. Studies indicate that between 20 and 40% of all homeless youth identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender, according to the American Psychological Association in an article, Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender Persons and Socioeconomic Status. Again, children are being affected by this kind of discrimination. It's not just male, female, race, age. It's even comes down to who you are as a person, and, you know, the kind of people that you love. Unfortunately, it affects a lot of people. And again, sexual orientation, even in the workplace, gay men earn up to 32% less than similar qualified heterosexual men. And even, again, in the workplace, termination of an employee based on gender identity remains legal in 39 American states. Unfortunately, like I said, this is a big issue. It affects all of us on a daily basis. Doesn't matter who you love, who you date, what you look like, how old you are, how you were born. Discrimination is a very big issue, whether it's work or going out or dating, just our everyday lives, and we don't even realize it sometimes. Overall, discrimination is an ongoing problem in our society, and unfortunately, as far as we have come, we're not quite there yet, and the only way we're going to end discrimination is through ourselves. We are society. We are what makes up everybody in the social interactions. We need to stop discrimination, and that's it. That's the only way that we're going to be able to end this, is if we do it ourselves. Discrimination is a very big problem today, but ultimately, we are the ones who need to get it. We are the ones who need to stop it from being in our future. Thank you.